Good Saturday afternoon, Nonfiction Branders. It's me, DP Knudten, with another edition of Bookward Bound. Right there, Bookward. Oh, it was already up. That looks terrible. Anyway, Bookward Bound, my 301-day journey from I should really do this to done. And that journey is all about the creation of a brand new book by January 1st, 2021. And today, I'm just going to do some quick little cleanup, a little bit of a transcription of a quote from this week's guest on the Nonfiction Brand podcast, because I want to use that quote, that extended quote, within the book itself. So I'm going to cut right over that right away because, frankly, it's Saturday and I want to be done, and so I can enjoy the rest of the weekend. But I did need to come down here and progress my book along in one form or another, and so that's exactly what I'm going to be doing. So I am right here, you can see, in Scrivener, the application I'm using to write this book. And you write over here in the main window, and then you've got all your sections and chapters, whatever you want to call them, over here. And this section is in pretty much good shape, but I do want to add another quote from Sarah in here, so I'm going to kick it on over to Audacity, the free program that I use sometimes when doing my podcast. And when I say sometimes, I actually prefer Apple GarageBand, but because some of my clients who I'm working with to develop podcasts are actually on Windows machines and can't use Apple's GarageBand, there's a great cross-platform application called Audacity, which you see before you right now, that works for macOS, Linux, and Windows. So, as I'm going to be working with them to teach them how to use Audacity, I have to use it myself. Long story short, I am going to be transcribing a little bit at a time what Sarah said specifically right here. I didn't want to waste too much time, so I already looked up the quote I wanted to grab, and here it goes.
So I guess the ideal scenario is...
So I guess the ideal scenario is...
Ideal scenario is getting to the place where...
Is getting to the place where... Sorry, this is a little tedious, but hey, writing a book can be tedious.
You judge and select and handpick the projects.
Where you judge and select and hand pick the projects. Hand pick, should that be one word? Let's open up dictionary, shall we? Look it up right now, save a little time. Hand pick. There you go, one word. So I can save a little time there and handpick the projects.
And the clients. And handpick the projects and the clients that you really want to work for.
Projects and the clients that you really want to work for.
And with and on.
And with and on.
Rather than just going,
Rather than just going,
there's a copywriting job going, I must get it.
there's a copywriting job Yep, sorry. I must get it.
It's always been, not everything is the right fit. Job going, I must get it. Job going, I must get it. Not everything is the right fit for.
Not everything is the right fit.
It's always been very much about fit for every person.
For every person. It's always been about the right fit for me. All right, so I'm going to listen to this whole thing.
So I guess the ideal scenario is getting to the place where you judge and select and handpick the projects and the clients that you really want to work for and with and on, rather than just going, there's a copywriting.
You know, I'm going to do an ellipsis there. There's a copywriting job, not jog.
There's a copywriting job going, I must get it. Not everything.
Copywriting job going. I must get it.
It's always been, not everything is the right fit.
Oh, hold on. I got to get that B in there. There we go. I must get it. Must get it.
There's a copywriting job going, I must get it. Not everything is the right fit for every person. It's always been very much about fit for me.
It's always been very much
for every person. It's always been very much about fit for me.
About fit for me. Okay, so this is a great quote. You can see I've got that headline or that subhead up there. The right fit fits when you know who you are. I think I'm going to move this to the back. All right, so cool. So I've got this new quote in here, and I'm actually going to go through this section again and rewrite it based on the fact that I plugged in a new quote from the episode 102, because Sarah's in episodes 101 and 102 of the Nonfiction Brand podcast. So I can now take those two things and reconcile all the long extended quotes I took from her podcast and help and reconcile them so I can make the real point I'm trying to make up here, which is that there she is. There's Sarah Townsend, knowing who you are so you can be it. So this is all about the fact that she knows who she is, and she's always known who she is. Ooh, hold on. need to go. No, wait a minute. Yeah. Sarah Townsend better. Already. Great. Friends. But we've never met. Yet. We've never met yet. Yeah, cool. Alrighty. So what are you going to do? Just checking into YouTube over here. Yeah, it's working. Good. Because I'm only checking to see if it's working because I'm using Restream.io to go to YouTube, Facebook Live, and, YouTube Live, Facebook Live, and Twitch. So if you're on any of those platforms and you feel like asking me a question, guess what? Just type it in, and I will respond to you. You can see right there. Oh my God, meta. Well, YouTube Live, Facebook Live, and Twitch. That's very cool. So if you're on any of those platforms, wrong camera, if you feel like asking me a question. So yeah, so I'm type it in, checking to make sure everything's going out via the live stream, and it looks like it is. And you guys can certainly type in your comments. Just say hey, wherever you are. And I will respond to it because especially on Twitch, I've moved this from podcasts and talk shows to the just chatting channel, which is all about people, doing stuff, but chatting. So if you've got any questions about why I do what I do, how I'm doing it, anything like that, or just want to say, hey, I'm watching, I would love to know who you are, where you're from, and why the heck you'd be watching me on a Saturday. Because, frankly, this is not going to be one of those marathon 8-hour sessions on Twitch. It's going to be more like, let's see, I've been on for 13 minutes. I might make it to 20. I might make it to 25 if there's somebody who wants to talk. But in the meantime, I'm going to keep working on the book because this is kind of cool, by the way. Scrivener allows you to do something called compile, which is, it literally just turns all these individual sections into one contiguous file. So why don't we try doing that for a second? So I'm going to make note that I need to spend significant time on this section. I already know that, so that's cool. But I will go under there, and I'm going to compile this beast. And I'm going to compile it as a 6:9 paperback. And what that means is it's going to automatically format the pages with the right gutter, where the bind would be, and the right edge, margins, and stuff like that. So I can save it as a couple of different things, but we're going to compile it. And I'm going to do this to desktop. Export. Do you want to replace? Yeah, I want to replace. So this, and of course my computer's going to lock up, at least in Scrivener, but it's already converting. So I can go wide here and look at you as I'm waiting for this file format to convert. And where is it? Well, I should probably just have opened the one that I already had done. Scrivener does use a lot of system resources, but I'm frankly amazed that everything's still working fine. I'm going to close out of Audacity because I don't need to be there. And I'm just going to wait here for Audacity hopefully to come back. But anyway. All right. Well, this might take a while, and this might be a good... If you don't have any questions, I might just say goodbye, because I've moved my book forward. Because the whole goal of Bookward Bound is to actually get my butt in the chair and work on the book, even though I frankly don't want to. Because right now, it's coming up on dinner time here in Wisconsin. And it's also time for me to grab a big old glass of, I think I've got Jameson Irish whiskey upstairs. And I think I'm going to enjoy that on our back deck because it's a beautiful day here in Madison. It's about 80 degrees, maybe 82, something like that. Very light breeze. And this is one of those few days, because we're in Wisconsin, that we got to make hay while the sun shines, and the sun is shining. So we're going to make some hay by just sitting on the back deck and enjoying my family's company and playing with our dogs. The lovely Olive, the Black Labrador, and Tilly, we have no idea what she is, rescue dog. But they're my best buddies, and they're my collaborators, and they collaborate with me as I work with Collaborator Creative to create a brand new book that looks a little something like this. Nonfiction Brand, discovering, crafting, and communicating the completely true, completely you brand you already are. Well, it looks like the compile may be done. Let's see if it worked. Screenshots, desktop. Where's PDFs? Or did it save as... Oh, I know what it did. It's in a folder. Bear with me as I figure out where it is. Nonfiction Brand book. No. Compiled PDFs. No, that's not the right one. 7.31.2020. Oh, I saw it there for a sec. Be under N for Nonfiction Brand, I think. Come on, where are you? All right, I'm having trouble finding it. I'm sure it's someplace, but I can't find it. Hold on, one other. Oh, come on. It's not cooperating with me. So anyway, when I compiled it last, the book, which I thought was maybe about 140 pages, actually came out to like over 200. And that means I'm a lot closer to done than I ever thought I would be at this juncture, because tonight is episode 146, 146 consecutive days. And that means I have 155 days left to go before the end of the year, and the uploading of my files to Amazon's Kindle Direct Publishing to actually create the book. So I'm kind of amazed, and I think my goal of actually having a companion workbook to go along with the book, I think that's very, very likely. So I'm very excited about that. But now I got to start thinking about the format of that. So things continue to get interesting, but that's the cool thing you can do with Amazon's Kindle Direct Publishing. If you're self-publishing your own book, you can do whatever you want as long as you think it through about the economics of publishing and stuff like that. So I think that's it for me tonight. And I think I'm going to end this edition of Bookward Bound, my 301-day journey from I should really do this to done, because frankly, it's a Saturday. You should be doing something fun with your family, and so should I. And so that's what I'm going to do. I'm DP Knudten for the Nonfiction Brand podcast, which comes out every Monday. And you can hear a brand new episode, the second half episode with Sarah Townsend of Gloucester, England, as we talk about her brand new book, Survival Tools for Freelancers. And a really interesting conversation. She's a really great person, and I hope you get to know her by listening to the podcast, which you can get anywhere. Fine podcasts are free. Just search Nonfiction Brand. Look for my smiling face that looks something like this in black and white, and then you'll know you've got the right podcast. Until then, I'm out of here. But until tomorrow night, when I will be back here, I'm going to ask our theme music to take us on out. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.